With the upcoming release of the new Horus Heresy box set, we've had a lot of talk about the rescale of the Firstborn Marine. We now have evidence that backs up the Firstborn Marines are indeed getting that much needed scale increase. The character in the background of this video is a new Sons of Horus HQ that was mistakenly sent out by the people of Forge World when you ordered another HQ character. In this video, we're going to be comparing this model to other marks of armor and talking about how much of a scale increase is happening with the Firstborn Marines. Now, before we do that, I just want to give a big shout out to Oil Spill Painting Studio. He was one of the individuals who got sent this model by mistake. Without him providing with these images that you're going to be seeing in the background, then this video would not be possible. So before you do anything else, click on the description of this video, click on his social media links, give him a like, give him a follow, because without him, this wouldn't be possible. So he's an awesome individual. Now let's start with the Mark IV Marine, because this Marine is actually considered a new Marine in terms of Games Workshop release. This came out during the Horus Heresy box set that was labelled Mark of Calf, so it's probably around 3 to 4 years old, if I'm not mistaken. If I am mistaken, then sorry, post it down below when it came out. But as you can see, with the left model, it actually stands quite high when you compare it to this Mark IV Marine. To actually make the Mark IV Marine look as high as the new model, they actually placed it on the base the Sons of Horus model came with. So you can actually see there's like, what, maybe an inch or something there under the foot. So if you were to take that rock away, then I'm probably going to say his top of his head is probably going to be coming to maybe the rebreather area of the new Sons of Horus Heresy model. So yes, there's quite a difference now in the height. Now both models are not standing upright, as you can probably see. Their legs are bent in some little poses. That's what GW tend to do to give that like a more action type of pose. But if they were stood up, then I'm still confident that the left model would still tower over the Mark IV plastic Marine. I think one of the things that really stands out for me just looking at these two together is how broad the new Marine is. Like the chest piece, it just looks broader. Yes, you can probably argue with the Mark of variant of armor he's got on, and of course he is a fancy HQ model, so it may make him look a little bit beefier, but it looks wider. It looks more cunning, more brutal, and that is something that I absolutely love in Marines. I want them to look like these walking battle tanks that will just completely rip you apart. I want that look to my Marine, and I really love what they're doing now with this new Firstborn scale. Now the next image, you can really tell the difference in the scale for me. So the left side is the old model and the right side is of course the new model. One of the things that stand out straight away is the detailing. Now of course this is a HQ Praetor, maybe it's a character, we don't really know what it is yet, so it's got to have that extra detailing on it. But I've been told off Oil Spill Painting that this model is highly detailed, like it's probably one of the most detailed models that he's seen. He loves what they're actually doing now with the detail on these models, so that means hopefully when we get the new Horus Heresy stuff, then the detail on that is going to be absolutely fantastic. If you cast your ears back to the video I did previously about the Horus Heresy 2.0 rumors, I was told that the HQ models and character models are still going to be done by Forge World, and like the bulk of like the Marines and stuff, they're going to go over to GW and they're going to be plastic. So we're still going to have resin characters, but plastic general models. And the next variant of armor is Mark II. We have the World Eater on the right, and we have the new Sons of Horus on the left. They're both on rock bases. I would argue that the World Eater is higher up on his rock base, but still the Sons of Horus model is taller. He's just a hair taller this time, but he's still taller. The broadness, the width of the Sons of Horus model, you really can see it now compared to the chest of this Mark II World Eater. Really, they are increasing the scale to fantastic bloody levels. I love it. The more I look at this picture, the more I see, I love what they're doing with Firstborn Marines. Now onto the 40k stuff. So this is a Firstborn Marine on the right, and of course this is the Firstborn Marine on the left. Left is new, right is old 40k. You know, I won't say old, but you know, this is the current Space Marine model that a lot of people have been playing with in 40k. If you're a Firstborn, well, if you have Firstborn Marines in your army, and I have to say the scale of the new model is superb next to this one. Like, this is what I want for my Firstborn Marines. I've been saying this for so long now. I am a Space Marine fan. A lot of people always ask me, why don't I have Firstborn Marines in my armor if I'm a Space Marine fan? The reason is, since the Primaris are so upscaled, they're all these like new HD models, when you put a Firstborn Marine next to a Primaris model, it just looks silly. It really does. Like, it's not just models, it's like dreadnoughts and stuff like that. Like the old school dreadnoughts, they just look silly next to Primaris stuff. So this is the reason why I haven't been adding it. Now, if they actually do this and they start bringing the Firstborn Marines up to this said scale, then I'm going to flood my Space Marine last wall with Firstborn because it suits them. It is absolutely fantastic. So please, Games Workshop, if you're going to be doing anything, start moving all this to this scale. I know one of the problems people are going to be saying in the comment section, but what about the Firstborn Marines I've got now? Yes, that is a absolute problem. If you've got like a full armor of Horus Heresy or Firstborn Marines in 40k, let's say, and they start bringing out these new scale, what does that mean for you then as an individual? Are you going to start replacing all your old stuff? Are you going to start getting the new stuff? It really all depends down to you. I would say, like, personally for me, if I had Mark IV new and Mark IV old, and the new Mark IV was taller than the old Mark IV, I don't think I could have that in my army. Just the way I just think in my mind, I'm like, no, I need it all the same scale. I need it all looking like a uniform, like it's all the same scale. But again, some people will say, nah, doesn't bother me one bit. So it's down to you, really, as that individual. And moving on to the final comparison, and probably for me, this is like the most hype comparison. How does it compare to a Primaris Marine? And as you see in the background, it actually compares pretty bloody awesomely. Now, again, he is on a rocky base. Before people, yeah, but it's the rocky base that brings it up. Even if he wasn't on a rocky base, I still think the scale of it is absolutely fantastic. He's as wide as a Primaris Marine. I love it. I love the chunkiness of this new model. Again, you can probably argue, well, it's his chest piece he has, it's a certain kind of chest piece, but I think the scale-wise, comparing this to a Primaris Marine is probably one of the best. The argument is that, why didn't they just make this scale anyway, and, you know, just have the Primaris have new armor rather than have new lore? That's a whole different subject for a whole different time, because I know that gets thrown around a lot, but for me, I absolutely love this comparison. I love the scale of it. I think it really suits it. It makes this Firstborn Marine now look like an absolute badass when you compare it to Primaris Marines. Because one of the problems that we've had when you put Primaris Marines next to Firstborn Marines is that they just look like children. They really do just look like too small. It's like take your kid to work day. And as a Space Marine fan, I just feel it looks daft. It's like these guys are so small compared to the Primaris Marines, and it shouldn't be like that at all. They should be the same chunkiness. They should look like this kind of badass Marine on the battlefield. So hopefully going forward, this is what it's going to look like now, and it'll be amazing just to add Firstborn Marines with Primaris Marines, and it'll look fantastic on the battlefield. I'm really getting hyped now for the Horus Heresy box set reveal, whenever that may be. Come on, Games Workshop. We're waiting for your Warhammer community. We're waiting for you to post it. I'm going to be starting a Blood Angel Force during the Horus Heresy. I can't do my Imperial Fist. I've got enough Imperial Fist on my shelf. I have to change it up a bit. So I will be a Bird Boy. I will be a son of Sanguinius, and, you know, be shouting Ralder on and stuff like that from the walls of terror. Of course, I would love to get your thoughts and feedback on this scale. Do you love it? Do you hate it? What do you think with the 40k comparisons? What do you think of the 30k comparisons? Do you welcome the Firstborn Marine getting this scale increase? Or are you going to be one of these people that, like, wow, I've invested so much in Firstborn Marines and now the scale has been increased again in such a short time? Because again, like we said, that Mark IV Marine is relatively new in terms of models. Post it all down below and we can have a nice little chat down there. See you now, have a great day, and bye bye.